great new addition to the Fast and Focus feedback. This is a digital interactive board for your students. So it's going to work a lot like the paper interactive board that I provided, except it's all digital. So you can send them the link and they can get to all this content when they are working on their essays on their own device. So when it first pops up, you need to be in edit mode. This is a PowerPoint in edit mode. And you'll see all the icons here. This is for content, and this is for the conventions. I'm going to go back to the content. If yours does not show up exactly like this, like if some of the pictures are not black and white, you're going to click on them, go to color, and then color them black and white. Or you might choose to color them all a different color. It's up to you. And you can delete and change to whatever symbols you were using for the Fast and Focus feedback. Also, you can edit these little boxes here. These are your feedback marks. If you don't use these, you can change them out to whatever you want. But keep in mind, all of these are going to be linked to a slide. And I'm going to show you how to do that in just a second. But I'll show you the slide first. So when students click here, clear thesis needed, they're going to be taken to this mini lesson. I already have it pasted in there for them, the written lesson, but you will need to embed the video. If your school allows YouTube videos, I suggest that you embed this. If you don't want to take the time, you can just delete this black box and just have the link there. But I'll show you really quickly how to embed it. You go to Copy, you go to Insert, Media, Video, Online Video, paste the link, Insert. And you can see that the video pops up, the exact video that the students are supposed to be watching to understand how to write a better thesis statement. And you would delete my box here. You would put this video here. And you can leave the link there if you want. That way, in case there's an issue with this playing, they can have the link there. Also, you will need to add mentor sentences to this part down here, or just delete my wording and have the link left there. So I'm going to hit undo to back out all of that. The idea is that when students go to slideshow from the beginning, they'll have this slideshow in front of them. They can click on clear thesis needed. They can watch their mini lesson, look at more helpful guides. Then they can move on to conventions. I'm going to hit escape to back out of this. Now I'm going to show you how to link. So next we have run on sentence. And then I have my mini lesson, run on sentence. I'm going to click and highlight that. Then I'm going to go to insert. I'm going to go to link. And I want this linked in a place in this document. And I want it linked to slide 4. So it previews that. Is that the slide I want? Okay. So now, when students go to slideshow from current slide, if they click on run on, it's going to take them to this run on lesson. On to content, and then escape to get out. So any edits that you make sure that you edit those links that are taking you to the mini lessons for your students. Or if they want to, they can just look at this in edit mode and go through the ones that they need. It's up to you. Now, once you have this, there are a couple ways that you can get this to your students once you have it all nice and neat like you want it. You can just put the file somewhere in your LMS or ever how you get files to students. You can put this PowerPoint file somewhere, or you can upload it to Google Drive. So I'm going to file upload. Now, when I go to open this, I'm going to open with Google Slides. It's going to change a little bit. If you know you're going to be using Google Classroom, you might want to edit this in Google Slides because you can see that the font changes a little bit, and also these images are going to change just a tad. Like you can see that went to color. I'm going to click on that. Format options, recolor, and I'm going to make that black and white to match my others. Sorry, I clicked on green. Black and white, there we go. And you can change the rest of those if you want, but let's go to present. The links still work there. Onto conventions. There we go. And escape to get out. So when you have this in a place like your Google Drive, you can share it and you can change your share settings. This one, only people who work with me can view it, but I can change that to anyone with the link. Please keep in mind, do not put this public on the web. And if you get the link right here, only give it to your students, please and thank you. All right, so that is how you can get the digital interactive board to your students and help them to be able to work independently, watch their own mini lessons, and make their writing better. Thank you. Hello everyone, I'm going to show you how to edit your fast and focused feedback. All right, so when you open up your file, it's going to be in a PowerPoint, and you need to make sure that it's in edit mode. Now, I have all of the QR codes in here if you want these QR codes to go directly to the YouTube lessons. And remember that students must do a keyhole like that before scanning the QR code, or it will just pick up on any random one. So if you want to combat that and not do the QR codes here, what you can do is make a interactive bulletin board in which you will have all of their lessons like this. So again, all these are editable. Even these pictures here, they're from the public domain. So you can move them and edit them as you wish. Some of you will choose to do the quizzes as your QR codes here because they also have the YouTube lesson in there. Plus you're doing formative assessment to see if the students are actually improving on the grammar mistake. I cannot put those in there for you because you have to make your own copy of the form so that you can get the quizzes back to you. So under conventions here, I have the full quiz and I have a link, and when you click on the link, it's going to ask you to make a copy. You do want to make a copy of this and get that into your own Google Drive. If it asks for you to request, that's not correct. You need to refresh this screen so that it will refresh and then it'll pop up. If that doesn't work, you need to log out of everything, log back in, or try your personal Google Drive instead of your school. But once you make that copy of your quiz, you are going to go to QR code generator, and you can use your favorite. I normally do QR code stuff. Once you have a copy, let's pretend I made a copy of this, you're going to put it over here, and then you are going to see how that changed. You are going to just copy, and you can come right over here and change that. Right click, post image, and you can change that QR code, and that way when students scan, they will have the quiz and the mini lesson all in one. You can also change any of these. For example, if you do not like my abbreviations, you can change them to whatever you wish. Now I'm going to go show you how to change your writing sheets digitally. Okay, so this is the same concept, except on this, you can drag your comments over onto this page. So if you do not like the lesson that I have attached, you can easily change that. All you have to do is change that lesson. I want to show you a very important trick. Let me zoom in. Okay, I did not make copies of these for you because you might end up changing them. But once you do have your writing sheets how you want them, you're going to just hold your control button in and select with your cursor all of these. Once you do that, so I hit Control and I selected all, you're going to right click, copy, right click, paste. And you can see that that just made a double of those. And you can move those directly over. And you can do as many of those as you want. That way when you find a mistake, if you find another one, you'll still have one to drag. I'm going to drag this off though, because I want to show you that when you click off of it, they will be movable individually. Again, if you wanted to put your quizzes in there instead of this lesson, which is what I'm going to be doing, you will right click once you've made that copy, and then you'll change it. You can see I've changed this one already, and this will take them to the Google Doc instead of the Google form, instead of the YouTube video. And they can still watch the YouTube video there, but this is giving them a mini lesson and practice, and you'll have formative assessment on that. Okay, so now moving on, I have 5 or 6 writing pages for you to choose from, but if you do not like any of those and you would like to make your own, what you're going to need to do is, after you have changed everything how you want it and you have your feedback that fits you, you are going to duplicate the slide. You can see that kept my comments there, but I don't want this notebook paper. I don't like that. So on your background, you can just choose a color. Maybe you just want white. Done. And the students can write there. Or let's say you want to get fancy and put something else in there. I typed in chalkboard background. I'm going to click on one I like. Alright, I'm going to save image, save, go back to my writing sheet. I'm going to go to background, choose. Okay, and so there is a chalkboard background for them to write on. They can obviously change their font to that, or let me zoom out. You can go to insert, text box, draw a text box for them, go to fill, make that white, and they can kind of have the background of the chalkboard but then type in white. So the possibilities are endless. As long as the image is in the background, they can type right over it, and you can drag your comments over to there. Now I want to show you, I like these colors because it's based on my highlighting method I do. But maybe, for example, if you don't like that red, if you think that's offensive to students, so you just click on it, go here to fill, and maybe you'll choose purple instead. So the key here is to make your bookmarks how you want them, with the colors and all, before you duplicate your slide and before you assign these writing sheets to students. Okay, I hope this helps. If you have any questions at all, just reach out to me if I've left something out. But I truly hope that this saves you so much time with grading, and that you are able to give your students more focused and frequent feedback. Thank you.